So I want to tell you a little bit different kind of a story from what I usually do. And I have some not very good artwork that I hope you will be kind to me about. I want to tell you a story that my grandfather told me when I was very little. And where I'm from in Texas, a long time ago, before my family lived there, there was a whole other group of people living there. And they were called the Cherokee Indians. And the Cherokee Native American Indian tribe had a story. And it was told about a grandfather talking to his grandson, but could also be a grandmother talking to a granddaughter, or grandfather talking to a granddaughter, or any combination thereof. And the story goes a little something like this. There's a young child. He's around 10. Is anyone here 10? Oh, a lot of 10-year-olds. Funny how that worked out. He's about 10, and he's having a hard time. He's being picked on by some of the kids in his tribe, and he's having a hard time getting along. And some days he's angry, and some days are really, really good. And he's having a hard time trying to find a balance. And he keeps asking this question, what do I do? How do I live here? How do I live? And in the Native American tradition, you go to your grandparents when you have big questions like this. And so he goes and he says, grandfather, I have a problem. Some days I feel just angry and sad and upset and hurt. And then some days I feel really happy and joyful. But it's up and down and up and down, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to live, grandfather. What do I do? And grandfather says, grandson, I want to tell you a story. And it's a story about every human being that's ever lived. Inside of you and inside of me, there are two wolves. Not real wolves, they're spiritual wolves. But there are two wolves living inside of me. And one wolf represents anger and hurt and violence and sorrow and oppression and arrogance and all these terrible things. And some days he wrestles inside of you and he comes out stronger, and it makes you feel upset and angry and hurt and sorrowful. But there's another wolf inside of you, and he represents love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and gentleness and generosity and self-control, community. And sometimes he is stronger and wins the battle, and you feel happy and joyful and faithful. And these two wolves are fighting within me every day, and every day they battle. And the grandson says, but grandfather, what am I to do? How do I know which one will win? Will it be the wolf that represents anger and oppression and hurt? Will it be the wolf that represents love and joy and kindness? Which one will win, grandfather? And the grandfather says, quite simply, the one you feed will win. So if you feel, as you go along this month, that you have two wolves fighting inside of you, and you wonder which one will win, how am I supposed to live? What am I supposed to do? Just remember, if you have a wolf inside of you that represents love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and gentleness and faithfulness, if you feed it, it will win. And I think that's a great message to remember as we go out. So congregation, if you will join me in singing our wonderful children off to their stories with Go Now in Peace.